Hey, it's Aaron. Today we're going to talk about hitching up a trailer. Got a truck right here, got a trailer right there. I'm going to show you up close and personal how to hook a trailer up. That sounded like part of a rap song. But anyway, how to hook a trailer up properly. Of course, if you do this and something happens, you have an accident, don't be calling your lawyer, not my fault. All right, let me show you how this is done. Today's video is brought to you by my coffee mug. It has cars all over it. My mother-in-law gave me this a couple of years ago as a Christmas present. So yeah, I use it pretty much every day. If your mother-in-law doesn't give you stuff like this, it's probably time to reconsider your marriage. Okay, so you can see that I'm backed up to the trailer. The cameras on modern trucks make it pretty easy to line your ball up. But at no time are you going to do this and be perfect every time. This one's a little bit off. You may or may not be able to see it, but it's a little too far that way. No big deal. It's pretty easy to correct for those small problems where you're maybe an inch too far one way or the other, forward, backwards, or side to side. It's pretty easy to fix that. I'll show you that in a minute. First, let's talk about this. This is the ball hitch right here, and then this is the receiver it goes in. When it goes into the receiver, you put this pin through to hold it in place, and then there's a cotter pin or maybe a lock that holds that. You always need to have something keeping this pin from sliding out because it does vibrate. That can be a cotter pin like this, it can be a lock, it could be just a zip tie if that's what you have. It doesn't bear any weight, it just keeps the pin from going out, making this whole thing come out. The other thing are naming conventions. So this is a ball hitch. This is happens to be a tri-hitch. There's 3 different balls of different sizes for different kinds of trailers. But this ball hitch is also called a bumper pull or standard pull. Basically, a ball goes into a ball receiver on the back of the vehicle. There's a similar hitch that has the same kind of ball, but it's in the bed of the truck. That's called a gooseneck. Very different thing. So anyway, once you're lined up like this, you want to set your truck brakes. You want to double check your trailer to make sure the wheels are chalked so it doesn't move when you don't want it to. You will be able to move it a little bit, which is good, but you don't want more than a couple of inches of movement. You definitely don't want the trailer to roll away. Now, this is a heavy-duty trailer, so it's a little different than a small trailer. A small trailer, you can pick it up and maneuver it and pretty easily put it in place, unless it has a load on it. This is an empty trailer, but it's a heavy trailer. So I'm going to show you how to make this adjustment pretty simply with just by manipulating the truck and the trailer as you're lowering the trailer down. So first, let's lower the trailer. Let me show you some more parts and explain what's going on. So on the trailer, you'll have a jack. This jack, it's always attached to the yoke. This jack is in the center. Sometimes they're on the side or on the other side. They all work the same. Basically, it's a screw that lifts and lowers this trailer. This one's pretty heavy duty. This is a 10,000 pound trailer. This is an equipment hauling trailer. I've been using it, if you can see in the background, to haul that Can-Am around. So left always goes down, right always goes up. That's convention. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lower the trailer, and you'll watch the front of it there as it approaches that ball. In a minute, you'll start to see the foot of the jack lift off the ground. Once it comes off the ground, so that, did you hear that click? That click was the ball seating. So since it set itself and I didn't have to do any manipulation, normally you have to either yank the trailer around or just stand on the truck and bounce it up and down to get it to go in. Now that it's in, I'm just gonna lift the jack enough that the foot of the jack starts coming off the ground. I can tell just by how easy it is to turn that it's no longer bearing any weight, but visually I want to see it come off the ground. So I've got maybe ½ an inch of clearance down there. That's plenty for this since we're already seated. So you want to leave it like that because if something happens and it comes off, you don't want it to fall all the way to the ground. It's hard to lift this back up. You want it to just land on that jack and then you can just lift it again. So now that we're seated, so the ball is in place, you can see that. what we want to do is we want to lock it, and then I'll show you the safety chains and all the other stuff that goes with that. So with this seated, we want to take this locking pin out, lower this down like that. Now the back seat has locked in, so it's locked all the way around the ball. If you reach up in here, you can feel where this has engaged on the back, on the bottom part of the ball right here. Now you put this through, lock it on the other side, and that prevents this from coming back up and opening up. That's the first step. Second step, safety chains. So you have your chains here. This one is attached to the right side over here. You want to go underneath and click in place. Same with the other one. This is attached on this side, so I'm underneath and going in place. You want them crossed like that because if this comes off for any reason, or this comes off for any reason, it lands in that cradle instead of hitting the ground and causing the whole trailer to do this, which is bad. Second thing you do after you've done that, this trailer is equipped with trailer brakes. So this is the emergency failsafe for the trailer brakes. You want to take this and put it somewhere where it can easily be where it's connected, right? Now this is going to be fairly lengthy before it pulls those brakes, but this needs to operate when the entire trailer has come off. So if all of this fails, that's your last resort. Third or fourth, whatever we're on, the plug. This is for the lights. So most trucks will have a couple different light receivers. This happens to be with trailer brakes, so they're usually round like this. You plug that into the truck, push, and this cover will click down and hold it in place. It's kind of important. Now we have the lighting, we have the safety chains, we have the emergency brakes, and we have the ball lock all engaged. Once all of that is done, you can lift this the rest of the way up and you're finished hooking up the trailer. Once you have everything set up, you need to do light checks. You're either going to need another person to help you with most trucks. With some trucks like this GMC here, there is a system in the infotainment where you turn it on, you push a button, and then you go to the back of the trailer and you watch your lights. What you're going to want to check for, you want to make sure the daytime running lights are on, you want to make sure that your brake lights work, and you want to make sure that your turn signals and four-way emergency flashers all work. You want to check the lights on the back of the trailer as well as on the sides of the trailer if there are lights there. Once you've done that, unchalk the tires, check all of those, and then you can drive off. One piece of advice, a good safety habit to get into: every time you park the vehicle and leave it for any reason, when you come back out, always check your load. Always make sure that whatever you've got in the back is fully tied down, completely secure and good. You should check that every chance you get, because you never know when a tow strap is going to come loose, when somebody's going to come by and think it's funny to undo it, or whatever. You always check that stuff. Second thing, always check all your tires. Check the tires on the trailer, check the tires on the truck. All it takes is a walk around. It's really easy. Make sure that everything looks good. The last thing you want to do is be on the road at 75 miles an hour pulling this trailer and have a tire blowout or have something come loose in your cargo and go flying at the car behind you. So always check those things. And that's it. That's how to hook up a trailer. It's pretty easy. Anybody can do it, but don't call me if you get in an accident. I don't want to talk to your lawyer. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.